Okay, welcome everyone. It's been a long time since I've last gave an update on AVA, so I think it's time to give another update. And this one is mainly aimed at the misconceptions that I've seen arise with the news of an AVA 2 supposedly being in the works in Unreal Engine 4. So I wanted to touch up on that and make that a little bit clear, as well as having a little bit of a final word on Steam AVA. So first off, AVA 2, supposedly, which is going to be on Unreal Engine 4. This was announced last month, so it's pretty much old news, but I decided to make a video on it regardless because there seems to be a lot of misunderstanding about it in the community. So how does it work exactly? Well, Neowiz obviously owns AVA IP. They've done so since 2018, late 2018. And they're looking to expand on the project. Now, the first thing that is very important to understand is that this new game on Unreal Engine 4 is not supposed to be a direct competitor to Steam AVA. The Unreal Engine 4 game is basically a different genre. I mean, I can show the posts have been on about it, so I'll just switch to that real quick so you can see what that is about. They mention here a new PC military FPS project, but the main thing here, if we scroll down a little bit, is this bit. The game is an open world survival shooter based on Unreal Engine 4. We aim to survive using modern firearms in a world where various monsters, including giant bosses, threaten your survival. To just touch base on that in a little bit greater detail, it seems to be an open world survival shooter. From other posts I've read that the aim for Neowiz is to have around about 100 people max playing in a game, and they do want to inherit some of the original things from the old AVA, which I assume are going to be the mechanics, perhaps. I mean, that's what AVA is most known about. In another article they also mention, if I switch to that real quick, which is this article, they mention here graphics, the class system, and the unique battle temple that AVA showed. So I assume those three things are nonetheless what they want to incorporate in this version as well. I'll make sure to post the links in the description, by the way. So yeah, it's quite a different game. They're now hiring for that as well, so I assume it's quite far away. Another important thing to note as well is something that they mentioned right over here. They mentioned the Steam Workshop with user-generated content. The first article also mentioned a little bit of user-generated content, so it seems like the new game that they're developing will have some user-generated content. Now, this game is quite far away, so I heard a lot of people being worried about how will this game compete with Steam AVA. Well, no, obviously it won't. This game is, well, they've just started hiring for this. So this game is at least, I think, a year and a half away for maybe an alpha, maybe even 2 years. It's quite far away, so it's not something that we should worry about in the near future. And I also heard people say, like, well, is this going to delay Steam AVA? Well, no. This is an Unreal Engine 4 game. The team that Neowiz has in-house is an Unreal Engine 3 game, and those things don't work together. So the team that they currently have is working on Steam AVA and the three Asian versions. So no, this is not related whatsoever. So there's nothing to worry about on that sense. It won't further delay Steam AVA or whatnot. What's also important to know, by the way, is that the Unreal Engine 4 game will be developed by Round 8 Studios, which again is a subsidiary of Neowiz, and they will be working on the game, while Neowiz directly, of course, focuses on Steam AVA. To round off then, a lot of quick notes on Steam AVA itself, because it's been quite quiet from Neowiz's end. Just to sort of explain the reasoning to that. What Neowiz has decided to do, feel free to disagree or agree with that, is to not share any information until they have everything smoothed out. At this point, what they don't want to do is they don't want to create unnecessary hype. So they've decided to, well, not share any information until they have a date, because I mean, this is the thing where I can kind of agree. The community is only interested in a date. We're only interested in a date. We want to know what we can play the game. So anything else that's being mentioned, is going to be met with fire, basically. We of course saw that with the new mode that we announced a couple of weeks ago that didn't go down too well. But yeah, before that, Neowiz was also a little bit antsy about that. They don't want to, keep giving. They don't really have anything to share, and they don't want to share anything until they can commit to a date. They don't want to hype up the community, so that's why they've more or less been quiet. Whether you agree or not with that, I mean, it's up to you. I don't think the complete lack of communication is a good thing because it's scaring users off. On the other hand, we do see the Discord numbers still growing. We reached the 15,000 mark this week, so that is really cool. But yeah, especially the community itself, the other community, the hardcore players, they want to know more about the game, so that is also why I'm including this at the end of the video. Basically, for me, I mean, obviously I've been in touch with Neowiz, so I know a little bit more about that. But yeah, for now, they're not going to share anything until they have a date, which honestly I don't think is going to be too far away. I still think there's a reasonable belief here that we can get something, if it's an announcement or actual playing this summer. I mean, summer only ends late September, theoretically speaking, so they, in that sense, have about 2.5 months left. So I think within a time frame, it's quite feasible to believe that we get something. Personally, I've been telling Neowiz, like, hey, you need to make sure the game is out before Battlefield 6, which is going to release late October. So kind of want to be a month, maybe a month and a half before that, and then you're going to be around about early to late September. So maybe that's something that they're aiming for, but yeah, I don't know yet. I myself don't know a date yet. I can say that honestly. So we just have to wait for that. But for now, what I think is very important to know, just chillax a bit. Make sure to play some games, to have some fun, and to just wait until we hear something from Neowiz. That will definitely be done on Discord and throughout their social media channels on Facebook and Twitter. They've also recently started replying to some user questions on Facebook. So if you don't like my answers, feel free to contact them there. But I think for now, the best thing to focus our attention to is not when the game is going to be coming out, because Neowiz will let us know when, so asking for that is kind of pointless. But what we should talk about is, how is the game going to change? Because Neowiz specifically know that the game is going to be different to the Asian versions based on stability and balancing, which is mostly going to be balancing. But what does that mean? Obviously, I have a good idea, so I'm not going to spoil that conversation, but I think it's good that the community moves on to that side of the conversation. What do you think is going to change? So I hope to kind of invigorate that discussion, to spark that. Make sure to start chatting about that in the comments below. Make sure to also do that on the Discord, and I'm very curious to hear what you guys think is going to change and what's going to happen. For now, we just have to wait. So hopefully this little update gives you a little bit more knowledge as to what's going on, even though, yeah, it's basically not any new information for now. So thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time. And I look forward to your discussion points and what you think is going to change in our build. Thanks for watching. I'll see you around. Cheers.